8/11/2019, 8:49 in the morning on a Sunday. He's already not cut like a foot over. So he comes down through there and he's still not cutting a foot over. The grass is high. Right now, grass is pollinating, so it's seeding, and all those seeds have come down into my landscaping, into my Bermuda that I have here. All my flowers, all my stuff. So he's got a mulching lawnmower and he's got it propped open. I mean, look how far over. You can see the grass is high right there. And he's not getting up against the wall. I mean, way far over. He's always cut it up against there, especially before we went to court. He kept it trimmed really neat because he knew that was probably going to be an issue, might be an issue because the land belonging to him. So now that we went to court and they refused to talk to him about his trying to claim it, he's not cutting it next to the wall just to be annoying. He's always got something up his sleeve to be annoying. I mean, when he's walking by, you can see how tall the grass is right here. You can see how tall the grass is right there. He's leaving it on purpose. And all that grass seed off of that grass is coming over into my mulch and my flowers, my landscaping, because it's primarily crabgrass. And I spend money on pre-emergent to keep weeds from growing up into my grass, just, you know, to try to have low-growing grass so that you don't have to cut it as often. When you don't have those tall tassels on there, you don't have to cut it as often. I've only had to cut my grass twice so far, and I didn't even cut the whole yard. I just cut the Bermuda because it was taller than my zoysia. So here it is, August. I've only cut my grass twice. Which these are some boards I need to get rid of. They warped after I got them from a sawmill. They curled up. I've got to get rid of them. But you can see that my grass is not tall. So when he starts out, he has this thing propped open, and it's throwing grass all over the wall, his crabgrass. So at some point he takes it out, that propped open thing, and then right here he puts it back in. And so he's got piled up grass everywhere from letting it get so high. So he turns it around, and here's where it starts blowing it straight over my wall. You can barely see it, but that was grass flying over the wall right over here. I know that sounds trivial, but it's crabgrass, and I have spent money to kill crabgrass. Not only do I put down pre-emergent, but I spray too. And he's probably poured something on this tree again, nearly killed it. That's a Rose of Sharon. It looks pathetic. It was really green and nice at the first of the year, had blooms on it. The blooms have died, and the leaves have turned yellow, just like they did when he poured something on it the last year. I think he probably went over to these people's yard and killed a tree that they planted, just because he's like that. He sneaks around at night and does stuff like that. The woman that used to live over there in that corner house said that she caught him in her yard at night several times after her husband went to work. So he turns it around and begins to blow it all in over my wall right here. All over the wall, on the wall, and over into my plants right here. I sell these plants. I sell different plants. These are vincas. I sell them to people, and he's just threw grass seed all in it. Crabgrass seed, that is. There he goes. Throwing it over the wall again. Piles of grass. Crabgrass. And see, all he would have to do is do exactly what he's doing now. Face it towards his property. Every stroke, just the way you would go around in a square, you just keep going and throwing it into your own yard, because I've done it before. But instead, what he does is makes a pile and then comes back and throws it over the fence, over into my yard, into my landscaping. It would be a real simple fix. All he'd have to do is on this cut right here, just throw it in his yard, and throw it towards his house, or he could keep going around in a circle, knocking it into the middle and rake it up. Keep going around in a square, throwing it in the middle until he could rake it up in a pile. But no, he's got to throw it over the fence into my yard. His high tassel grass. See, I've got all this zoysia right here, and it's so low that I still have not had to cut it but 2 times this summer. This is August. I've had to cut it twice because of the way I take care of it. And so Mason slayed the 2 boys that he put up to harassing me. I haven't had a no contact order with them. They come to his backyard. It looks like Slade was already in his house. And then Mason pulls the truck down there, and they start working on it in his yard. And by this time, he's drunk as Cooter Brown. They drive the doggone heck out of it. It's got a really loud muffler on it. And they dog it up and down the street, up and down the street, up and down the street, really loud. And wonder why it's running bad. These 2 boys right here annoy all their neighbors, just like Gilman does. And so I'm getting ready to leave for church, 16:45. Watch this, I'm backing out, and I'm doing it real slow because I try to stop and look both ways, and lo and behold, here's Randy sneaking up the hill. That's the way he does. He tries to be right by me when I'm leaving. There he is. Either he's standing at the end of the driveway or something. Now he's creeped up the hill with his own dang car. And the thing about it is, either he's been up here on his porch in the dark watching me when I get home, under his carport when I'm leaving, right here at the edge of the telephone pole when I'm pulling up, when I'm backing out. I mean, he's always got to be right here. So because of all those times that he's done that, that's why I suspect that he on purpose was right there when I was backing out, because he's a pain. He just tries to be annoying, just like Gilman. Look at this, that hole in his foundation. So I'm leaving, you know. I've left, and I've only been gone a few minutes. And so he gets Slade to cut the, to weed eat while I'm gone. This morning when he was cutting the grass, I couldn't come out there because I was getting ready for church. So I couldn't come out to watch what he was doing. He knew that. So then Slade comes and starts weed eating. No shirt on. Disgusting. But at least he's got a haircut. Smart, so I can get a job. He looks up in the camera. But he's throwing that grass over the wall. All they'd have to do is do it with a lawnmower, and it wouldn't... None of this would happen if he had a lawnmower that had a bag on it. He could bag all that grass up. But you may not can see it, but I can see it, and it's throwing grass over the wall. And that's where all that has been growing so high. So it's putting seed all in my flowers and mulch, my pine straw, and in my Bermuda. Where I don't want crabgrass. See, he keeps looking up the camera. I mean, that's just ugly. Just nasty. Put a shirt on. Who wants to see man boobs? And so he's doing that, and Gilman evidently calls him and tells him to stop, because he wants him to leave the grass there, so it annoys me. He looks through the hole in the fence to see what Gilman's saying. Oh, okay. So he doesn't finish weeding all the way down the wall. Gilman's plan to be annoying.